Good morning. How y'all doing? My first video today is going to be about the John Lewis documentary Good Trouble, which was on CNN last night. And it was on for a couple hours. Explored this pioneering civil rights leader. He passed recently. However, his message, his stance was get into good trouble. Stand up against racism. Stand up for your rights to vote. Stand up for your rights as a citizen. Be heard. He was mocked. He was nearly killed in Alabama, but he took the march for Dr. King and other important civil rights leaders. What I enjoyed about John Lewis made me think about the great rapper Chuck D from Public Enemy. And Chuck D always says something. You're never too early in your life to be grown. Meaning, if you stand behind your convictions and your man of your words or your wisdoms, you can be grown. But if you choose to be childish or have to be oblivious or blinded by something, your maturation hasn't caught up. And some people have it. And you're never, and if you're 2021, you can buy the house, you can buy the car, you can do those things, God willing. No one to put no limit on you. The point in the context was this. John Lewis was a man. He was young, but he was a man. And what I mean by that is this. He stood in the front line when it wasn't fashionable. He stood in the front line when some other people would probably be like, he was in grown people's business, but he made it a point of his own. He put an emphasis on making his voice heard. He was bringing about change. There was no, well, I'll hide behind Dr. King or be in awe of Dr. King, all the other important civil rights leaders. He was making himself heard in front line. That's what a voice that isn't afraid will do. A voice that has no fear to speak out on issues. Because if you're not talking about issues, you're allowing ignorance to become front page news. And John Lewis was not going to take a back seat. Now, when you watch this, you watch that, 50 plus years ago, for some seems like a lifetime ago, but it ain't that long ago. Just because the video was grainy and stuff, we're talking in the 60s. We ain't talking that long ago. And we're talking about an era where a lot of stuff that you see today happened then. That's scary. Police brutality, your voting rights, etc. Being black in America. And to see someone that says good trouble is worth getting into. You got arrested for a lot of stuff. They weren't crimes. They were crimes. The only crimes was because of the color of his skin. And he fought. And he left a lasting impression. This was an important documentary. And I'd recommend if you ain't got a chance to see it. Because John Lewis is good trouble. That's the kind of trouble people need to get into to make changes. When you see racism, when you see police brutality, when you see things that are not a level playing field, don't look the other way. And don't think that you're privileged, because it can happen to anybody. And when I say anybody, there are a lot of people around who don't think and don't care. But when you stand and fight for something, they might not like you, but they gotta respect you. That's my thoughts and takes about the John Lewis documentary, Good Trouble. Give me your thoughts and your takes on him and the special that was on CNN. Hit the like, subscribe, and the bell rings in the video. Wash your hands. Keep your mind clear. Watch out for one another. And you need to be inspired to motivate you. There is nothing wrong with that. I'm out. Peace.